So the microwave at the gym I was just at was broken, but that doesn't stop us from getting our pre-workout carbs in. I figured 2 slices of bread and 2 of these chalala French toasts would be more than enough for 100 grams of rice. We still have 14 egg whites in the car that we're going to drink before we go, and a cup of chocolate milk and a fruit juice. Let's get it, baby. Whoa! What's going on, guys? You gotta eat big to get freaking big, baby. So we're in the diner parking lot right now still because the video obviously that I posted right before this. The microwave at the gym, it's not that it broke, not at the gym I normally train at, a different one that I train some clients at once in a while. Somebody didn't pay the electric bill. So microwave didn't work, obviously. And I thought to myself, I'm like, I could eat cold rice. I could. Or we go to the diner down the block, get some French toast, maybe something else, live a little bit, So, this thing's on, right? Yeah, that's exactly what we just did, baby. Now me, you know me, I eat a lot of food. If I was to go have my regular breakfast at a diner, it would be, first of all, covered in seed oils. I don't like that. It would also be about $65 because I'm having 14 egg whites and then also the 2 whole eggs, plus the fruit juice, plus chocolate milk and stuff. I'd have a pile of food, plus French toast because I went there for French toast, right? I'd end up leaving with a $65 bill for meal number 2, which is a little silly. So, since it was improv, meal 2, instead of white rice you saw inside, but I can speak a little bit better now. We had 2 big pieces of the chalala, I'll never be able to pronounce it right, French toast, and then they had this little, I just went there for that. And then I saw this little $5 egg sandwich. It was $4, but it was $6 when I added bacon, so we'll pretend it's 5, right? But it wasn't a regular full-blown egg sandwich. It was just like a small, like I say, I like shitty burgers, I like shitty tacos, which is just like a backyard one thrown together. Some, tacos you make at the house just thrown together. That was a shitty egg sandwich, where it was just 2 eggs, a bunch of bacon on some toast. Delicious. Only issue I had with it, and there's nothing better than diner coffee, but the only issue I had with that egg sandwich is when he asked me how I want the eggs prepared, right? My instinct is, I'm like, oh, over easy. Just make them over easy. That's how I like my eggs, when you're handing me a plate of eggs. On an egg sandwich, John didn't think that through. I just said it out of, habit, and I realized I might have made a mistake afterwards. So as soon as I took one big bite out of that egg sandwich, my hand was covered in yolk. I had like 1 napkin to deal with. My hand had like egg yolk on it. The plate was everywhere. I had some on like the sides of my mustache. I was just I'm like, oh shit. Just fumbling around a little bit trying to fix it. So we're not in a rush to get to the gym. There's no crazy time I have to be there or anything, but so that's why I'm not driving and drinking this at the same time, because I would like to slam it so that the whole drive I'm there, it has time to digest, instead of slamming it and then at the gym 10 minutes later to go train. So you know what? This is 14 egg whites left, and you're wondering, but John, why is it brown? Well, my friends. When you drink your egg whites and you're bulking, get rid of that notification, I'm going to let you know on a little hack. What you need to do is add chocolate syrup to it, okay? So, 1 giant carton of egg whites, 40 grams of chocolate syrup, the perfect ratio. Cheers. That was 1. We have 1 cup of chocolate milk left to get down. And the fruit juice. Oh, I'm very full now. Which, as you guys see all the time, I drink on the way. So, I'm going to take a second, probably screw out on my phone a little bit, and let that digest a little bit more before I head over to the gym. So I'll see you in a short bit. Whoa-ho-ho! So we left a little bit earlier than I wanted to, I guess. You know, I was getting a little antsy. It's time to train. But first of all, if you guys like the videos we're putting out, right? Like, subscribe. It helps out tremendously. You know, you see the amount of views we get. We're a small channel. We're putting stuff out 7 days a week for you, no matter what. Subscribing helps out tremendously for us. Just to try to get us out there a little bit more, right? And I want you guys to leave a comment. Let me know what your regular pre-workout meal is. And if you want to tell me why, justify it in your comment. You know what I mean? I'm curious what you guys are eating. So, we're heading to the gym now. Feeling good, feeling strong, full of French toast and 16 egg whites, 2 yolks, a bunch of bacon, some sausage, a diner coffee, most of a diner coffee. I was just kind of sipping on it, enjoying it. And not yet a fruit juice, but a fruit juice soon. A fruit juice soon, my friends. So, that's the plan, baby. What I'm thinking today, as you saw yesterday, oh, that's sad. Cop funeral. That's a shame, man. But, as I saw yesterday, today is a boulder shoulder day. Boulder freaking shoulders, baby. So, the goal today is to get as wide and as round as humanly possible. As inhumanly possible. You know? That's what we're working with here. So, what I'm thinking to start with, let me know if you guys like this or not, because I've been doing it for a while, and for me it works well. I start with some really heavy, explosive upright rows. Always have. Ever since I stopped pressing a lot, like I stopped making them my primary movement of my workout, and I made it more like, really the last exercise I do. Because once they're all pumped up and I'm doing my presses, you know, my shoulder and everything, it feels pretty good. So we're starting with some heavy upright rows, explosive. We'll probably go up to the 140s, like usual. Just throwing them up there, learning how to start the world's oldest lawnmower as efficiently as possible. Afterwards, God, these lights just aren't my friend today, man. This guy going? He's not going. Okay, John's going. Thank you, guy. After that, we have dumbbell laterals. I think so much better when I'm driving instead of I'm like waiting to turn. So I'm like looking around, I'm doing things, but when I'm driving, I'm just on autopilot. So dumbbell laterals afterwards. We're going to have our normal straight sets, followed by our balls out work set. Right, so we have the warm up, we have the prop set, balls out work set, into a set of the half holds, where I'll grab the 130s. We're kind of like come out halfway, stop for a second, come back in nice and slow, and then a pump set. Pump set, I usually grab the 15-pound dumbbells for about 50 reps, and you know, if you've ever done 50 reps of laterals, I don't care if it's 5 pounds, you know, that's a mental set. That's got nothing to do with physicality. It's how much burn can you freaking take, man? Because you're pumping so much lactic acid into such a small, really such a small muscle, if you think about it. You know, you can do your back, your legs, a heavy pump set, and it burns. But when you're flooding so much lactic acid into such a small area, man, the burn is unreal. It feels, well, terrible, but it feels awesome at the same time. So after those laterals, we're going to do, excuse me, I'm a freaking yawning parade today. So some rear delt pull downs, real high, kind of like a face pull style. You've seen me do them a million times. Afterwards, go into our shrugs. Follow that by cable laterals with that V-bar grip I use so that I can just kind of open my palm the whole time. Follow that by behind the neck presses. That's on a Smith machine for me. And I usually do like stop goes on it. So I'll kind of just go to one spot, pause it, explode up. Safeties are always on, no matter what, just in case. And lastly, depending on how the rear delts are feeling, but my rear delts are pretty solid, you know. We'll go into, excuse me, oh my gosh. Oh. Just a basic rear delt dumbbell fly. That way each part of the chest, that person's not very happy. But that way each part of the shoulder is hit twice, more or less. So aside that, guys, topic I wanted to talk to you about today is, I don't know. Oh, it was beef. Grass-fed beef. The most sustainable vegan food on the planet. You know, what's funny is they say if you eat one steak a day, right, they say you're killing one cow every day. When realistically, cows are the most sustainable food source on the planet. Because one cow, when you kill it when it's fully grown, it creates over 500 pounds of meat. 500 pounds. So if you're not eating a pound of, let's say you're eating a pound of steak a day, right? Somebody like me, I eat a little more than a pound a day. To tell you the truth, I probably go through one cow a year, maybe two. But if you're eating 1 pound of steak a day, 1 pound of ground beef, steak, whatever it is, that's 365 pounds of steak per year. A cow is 500. So you could live on, a regular person, not a bodybuilder, could easily live on 1 pound of steak per day. You know, eating 4 ounces of steak for 4 meals every day. 4, 8, 16, yeah. 4 meals a day, 4 ounces of steak each meal. Somebody could live on that. So the average person is able to live on and really thrive on less than 1 cow per year. If that's not sustainable, man, I don't know what is. And it's vegan. Cows are vegan, right? So if you're eating cows, if you're eating grass-fed, grass-finished cows, beef, you're a vegan. You know, it's vegan with extra steps because they're eating the grass and you're eating them. So you're a vegan. It's just with extra steps. You know, it makes sense to me. That's how I justify it to everybody. Because me, you know, I'm a vegan. Yeah, I'm a vegan. It's just extra steps. You know, they're like, oh my God, do you prepare your tofu in soy-based urine? It's like, well, no, just the cows I eat, they eat grass. So right there, we're cutting out the middleman a little bit. We're cutting up the middleman, actually. But vegan food is bad for you. You know, there's no sugarcoating that. Hell, if you sugarcoat it, they'll eat that too. They think it's healthy. I don't like food going to waste, personally. I'll preface that. But I'll also say that those Beyond Meat burgers and stuff like that, that's not food. You know, that's a chemical concoction of garbage and nonsense. Garbage and fairy tales. So, I was at the grocery store the other day, and I saw that the Beyond the Meat burgers, there was a big sign for them. It said, buy one, get one free. Which I loved, because they were still full. Like, they weren't flying off the shelves. So even for buy one, get one free, nobody was buying them. Nobody's buying one because they don't want two. They don't want any of them. You know, for a grocery store to put, like, call it a meat product, technically, I guess, in the meat section, something for buy one, get one free, it must not be selling at all. And it's about to expire. But, I mean, I'm sure those things have a shelf life of 3 or 4 years. I can't imagine. But so little people are buying that garbage that they had to put it on buy one, get one free. You know, like it's a candle. Like, oh man, we're not selling enough of the, I don't know, those smelly dog candles. I don't get why. It seemed like such a good scent. Everybody has dogs. They must love the smelly dog candles. Well, no, it's just, you know, it's a byproduct of having a dog because, you know, you love your dog. And if they get in the mud, they smell a little bit. Give them a bath, they're all good. You love them even more, right? Buy one, get one free works that way, where someone's like, you know, I don't like the smelly dog candles. I like the vanilla one better. But I like having candles around the house. And it provides light, right? Let's just, for argument's sake. So they go, well, I guess I'll buy the smelly dog candles. But the Beyond Meat burgers, you know, they like to tell you and pretend that, oh, everybody's vegan and these things are selling great, everybody loves them. But economics don't lie. You can read all the propaganda you want. You can watch the news, get all the propaganda in your head you want. But money doesn't lie. Seeing how things are selling, that doesn't lie. So when you see buy one, get one free on something that's supposed to be flying off the shelves, it's like, really, man? Come on. At the Olympic Games, when they tried pushing all the vegan food to everybody, they ran out of real food first in 3 days, where they had to fly more in and get more of the Olympics because the Olympians were essentially refusing to eat the fake meats and fake garbage. You know, they were leaving the village, which you're not supposed to leave the village, to go get proper steaks and proper food. Now, when the top athletes in the world and their selected sport, why are we in traffic again? Know that, hey, this stuff isn't going to not only not help my performance, but it's going to downgrade my performance. So we're not going to eat it. Why should you be eating it, man? It's not food. It's not food. Food is food, right? Most of the grocery store isn't food. Food is food. That's it. When things make up the food, it's not food anymore. It's things. It's chemicals. It's nonsense. It's blah blah blah. It's like the Wolf of Wall Street. It's a fugazi. It's a fuguzi. It ain't real. It's fairy dust, right? When more than one thing makes up your food, it's not food anymore, man. It's chemicals and silliness, and it's not for human consumption. I wouldn't eat my shirt. You know, there's water in my shirt. People, you gotta use water to make anything. You use water to make fabric, things like that, but I'm not gonna eat my shirt because it's water. They're like, oh, but there's water in there. It's like, no, that's what most of the grocery store is. You look at these chemical concoctions of polyester and spandex and cotton and everything, but there's water. It's like, oh, it must be a beverage. No, you dunce. It's not. It's a piece of clothing. You know? You look at the Beyond Meat burgers. It's, you know, preserving agents and carcinogens and things like that. And they go, nope, there's some black beans in there. Oh, there's some black beans in there. It must be food. No, you freaking dunderhead. It's not. It's not food. That topic drives me crazy. I can't get over it, man. Oh no, but you'll get Fruit Loops. Oh no, there's, 30 different artificial colors and red 40 and yellow 69 and whatever. And nonsense preservatives, this, that, and next thing. They go, oh no, but there's whole wheat in there. There's whole wheat. There's a little bit of whole wheat in there. so it must be healthy. It's, come on, man. What are you thinking? Excuse me. I managed to cough up a very small corner of bacon somehow. That's better. Wow. And then I coughed it into my nose and then back into my throat. But we're good. It got subdued with the juice. The juice subdues all, man. But maybe that was a good sign to end my rant. Right? So long story short, vegan food isn't food. It's Play-Doh. You know? There should be a label on it that says not for human consumption. The majority of the grocery store should have a sign on it that says not for human consumption. People will buy it anyway. Don't worry about it. You know, cigarettes say don't smoke, you're going to get cancer. People are like, yeah, whatever. They buy it anyway. You can put whatever you want on anything. Education will never break bad habits for people. The average person, at least, you know. You could write on every bottle of... I'll use cereal for an example again, right? Every box of Fruit Loops. You could say, contains carcinogens, will make your child sick. And people will go, oh, okay, but my 10-year-old wants Fruit Loops. My 10-year-old's smart enough to decide for herself. Let's get Fruit Loops. He goes, come on. Give her an egg. Give her a piece of bacon. Cut it up nice so she doesn't cough up a little corner in her throat. And she'll be fine. You know, whenever I have somebody struggling with weight loss, because they can't control their cravings, they have no discipline, I put them on a very, not generous is the wrong word, but a modified version of a carnivore diet. Where I want the vast majority of what they're eating to be beef. The vast majority. But then I'll allow them pineapple before a workout. I'll allow like some honey before a workout, something like that. If they want to snack on bacon or something during the day, I'm okay with that. But just something to kill that blood sugar response. Something to knock those cravings out of their life. Because when somebody can't handle cravings properly, it just messes everything up. Which is a shame. Which is an absolute shame, man. But for my people, I've had a lot of success for that. Pretty much always. You know, so long as they can deal with the discipline of eating the same thing all day, basically. Which, that's a whole separate mental fortitude you gotta learn, you know. Where you're not a dog. I always say you're not a dog, right? You don't get to reward yourself with food or a little snack because you did a good job. It's like, no, you don't. That's not how life works, man. You did a good job. Guess what? Do a good job again. If you want to cheat on your diet, guess what? Wait an hour and say I'll cheat in an hour. And then when that hour comes, say I'll wait an hour again. Before you know it, you're either going to want to stop disappointing yourself or you're going to go to bed. Or it's going to be time for your next meal where you ate a meal and you're saying like, no, I feel good now. I don't need to cheat. You might want something, which is totally fair. You know, I don't always want white rice with my meals. Sometimes I want French toast and everything I ate today. But even though I'm bulking, you know, there was no way for me to calculate how many carbs I ate in that meal. I have no idea. I have no clue. I know each slice of toast was maybe 10 carbs each. Each one of those chalala French toasts were probably a good, I don't know, 40 each. Making 100 right there. A little bit extra with the, what do you call it? A little extra with the syrup. I got the fruit juice with me too, and, you know, I know I hit over 100 for that meal. I'm positive on it. I'm not worried about it. But when you're an athlete, working to be at the top of their game, you need to know what you're putting in your body. You need to know what you're doing. There's no room for wondering anything. Everything you do should be pretty calculated. And when it's not, it really does throw you off. Then you wonder, why am I not improving? It's like, well, I know I'm eating X, Y, and Z these meals, so maybe I can increase those meals. But when you're going out to eat, even just one of your meals every day, first of all, it costs a fortune, which never helps anybody. But besides that, you don't have a way to calculate it. And if you're bulking, like I say all the time, enjoy yourself. It's fine. Am I upset I got French toast today? No. It was delicious and it was good and I'm happy. And I'm going to the gym and I'm going to have a great pub. But would I do it every day? No. Because there still needs to be some sort of regimentation in your life. If you eat out, even one meal a day, that meal's at the mercy of whomever's cooking it. You say no seed oils, they put seed oils in anyway. You say no gluten, there's gluten in there anyway. Things like that. God, speaking of that, did you hear about there was somebody with a food allergy. It was like a nut and a dairy allergy. They went to Disney. If you didn't hear about the story yet, you're going to blow your mind. I'm not trying to be clickbaity or anything, but it's insanity. So they told the waiter, like, hey, listen, I have a dairy nut allergy. Like, okay, cool, no problem. They were in Disney World, land, whatever. And they ate the food. They insured them, like, yeah, there's no nuts, no dairy or anything. You're good. It's like, great. Lady ate the food, or the husband ate the food, one or the other. They died. They died that day. The spouse went to go sue Disney. Hey, you said this was gluten-free, allergen-free, and it wasn't, and now my spouse is dead. They're dead. They're gone from this planet. Disney came back and said, well, hold on a second. When you signed up for your Disney Plus free trial 6 years ago, for real, you agreed to something that says you can't sue us for anything. And just like that, it's gone. Poof. Like it never happened. And what do? You agree to it. Is it deception? Absolutely. Is it, deception from a place known to deceive and kids kind of go missing and they're trying to indoctrinate children? Yeah. So, you went in the tiger's den and the tiger bit you and you're wondering, why would the tiger bite me? Well, look at where you are, man. What'd you expect? Crazy. I can't get over that story. My girl went to Disneyland World, whatever, last year. Earlier this year, it's one of those. Something like that. And she has a really bad gluten allergy. Now, when I met her, she's like, yeah, I'm gluten-free. First thing I asked her, I'm like, do you actually have a problem, or are you just, being a fad diet? I'm gluten-free. Like, she actually has a really severe problem with gluten. Where it's like, if she has a bite of a bagel, not even a whole bagel, like a bite of a bagel, it's like she got roofied. And not fun roofied, like Bill Cosby roofied, just not feeling too hot, not feeling too good. So she was having a drink in Disney. It was like the Around the World Disney with the Epcot. And she's like, oh, by the way, if she was drinking a drink, she's like, I'm gluten-free, what do you have? And the guy's like, oh my God, like, you take this drink back, you can't be drinking this. She's like, what do you mean? There was gluten in the straw. The straws had gluten in them. It's a straw. Let me say that again for you. The drink didn't have gluten in it. The straw was made of also gluten. What? Why was there gluten in the straw? Are you people out of your freaking mind? Just why? Use plastic straws. Use whatever. Why was there gluten in the straws? It's crazy. I couldn't get over that. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? And another thing, speaking of plastic straws going down conspiracy theory alleyways, have you ever tried to thread a needle? Right? Like stick the thread through the needle? It is damn near impossible. It's really hard. So you're telling me, right, that in the vast ocean, the whole vast ocean, with currents throwing things all over the place, left, right, especially when they don't move, right? If you look at like a sea cucumber, they just kind of float around. Jellyfish, they just kind of float around. That a mobile thing like a sea turtle always somehow manages to get straws in their nostrils. Now, we're not talking, something the size of a blowhole on a whale. You know how big a turtle's nostril is? It's like the same size of a freaking straw. So you're telling me under all those factors, that is a beautiful Aston Martin. Maybe they'll trade for my Jeep. I should rear end them and find out and ask. Be like, hey, it's damaged now, Do you want it? But I'm joking about hitting the Aston Martin, not my straw rant. First of all, if you're a sea turtle, that's stupid. That's stupid and that unlucky. That you managed to quite literally thread the needle with a straw in your own nose with such force that it didn't just come out on its own, like it didn't just go in your nose and then come back out when you shook your head. Pardon my pun, but something sounds fishy. I don't like it. There's like one video of a sea turtle with a straw up his nose, and I'm pretty sure somebody just stuck a freaking straw in that sea turtle's nose, because the straw was bent in that video too. There's no way. That's crazy. That's crazy. So I think big paper straw, right? They're out to get us. They're trying to watch everything we do. I gotta finish this. I didn't realize how long I've been yammering for. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, man. I'm not buying it. I'm going down a weird place. Sea turtles aren't sticking straws in their nose. I'm pretty sure of that. I'm damn near positive of that. And I'm starting to think this one is a little far-fetched. And I don't actually think it, but I think it's funny. When was the last time the government said to do something and everybody's just like, okay, we're on board, right? If you're a New Yorker, think of those lantern flies, right? Those lantern flies. I'm starting to think lantern flies are good for the environment. They probably produce Wi-Fi or something. Because the government's like, kill lantern flies, they're bad for you. Meanwhile, they've never done anything good or bad or whatever for the environment. And everybody's just like, okay, we'll start killing the lantern flies. Thought nothing of it. Left side, right side, independent side, anybody. Even PETA didn't get mad at it. PETA's like, yeah, kill the fucking flies. We're cool with that, guys. It's fine. I don't know, man. I'm starting to think they're like eating mosquitoes and producing Wi-Fi and cheap labor. Something's off. Something's off. Not as off as a sea turtle getting a straw in his nose, like threading a needle in the middle of the ocean, because I can't do that with a magnifying glass in a quiet room, let alone with the ocean currents and being a living animal in a wild straw. With enough force so it stays in there. But those lanternflies a little sus too. And this guy is all over the road. So, a little nauseous for a minute after slamming that juice because I'm very full. But I think we're okay to slam this pre-workout. You know what? I'll leave you guys with this. I'm gonna just chill for a minute, then slam the pre-workout. And whoa, what's going on, guys? So, shoulder day is all wrapped up. We smashed it, killed it, had a good one. I can't wait to get out of here to eat something because I am freaking starving. So, we're getting stronger on everything, man. I think we had a new rep, new something, new rep, new weight, new something in every lift today except for shrugs. Shrugs, we still capped out the 405 at 10 good reps, but they were 10 clean reps. Something a lot of people forget to do with shrugs is people just start here and go up, right? But they don't realize when you have weight in your hands, you can shrug down even more to get a deeper and deeper stretch, and then you pull up. So, we're a little lower than we were the other day, but to be expected because it's going to bounce around that. But so long as it stays over the 231 area, I'm happy. It was 231.2. So without further ado, let's see what we look like. Oh boy. Okay. Oh, we're stuck. Okay, there we go. Whew. a little watery for sure, but ooh, to be expected, right? Ooh, real quick little posing. Leggies. Leggies. Okay. Oh, leggies. Got a lot of lines coming to visit us today, huh? Whew. Ooh, Line City Day. Even though we're holding all that water. Not bad. Ooh. So you know what? On that note, you guys, whew, tell you that nausea lasted quite a bit because I ate way too much before I got to the gym today. So I'm gonna head on out of here. Go eat some freaking food. The nausea's gone, which means it's time to eat again, baby. Have a great day. Tomorrow is a big boy leg day, baby. After we pose tomorrow, those lines we just saw today, they're probably not gonna be there. They're gonna be full of blood. Take care, guys.